So the Los Angeles Lakers season is officially over. And the real question is, what do they do going forward? And they have all sorts of things to look at. But one thing is for certain, both LeBron James and AD will be back. But the rest of the roster is one big question mark. Then, of course, you have Kyrie Irving lurking in his flat earth world, waiting for an opportunity to force some sort of trade between the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers. So there's a lot for the Lakers to consider. Now, I think personally, I would say that this Los Angeles Lakers team ultimately overachieved if you look at where they were before the All-Star break. And of course, they made the moves after the All-Star break, which made a big difference. Now, D'Angelo Russell being one of the moves that they made, I think would be the piece of trade bait that they could use in a Kyrie sign and trade deal with the Dallas Mavericks. But beyond that, there are two players on this Los Angeles Lakers team that are essential and should absolutely be brought back if they can afford to do it. And that is Austin Reeves and Rui. And we're not going to spend too much time on Rui other than to say he absolutely proved that during the playoffs, he was a key component of a Darvin Ham style offense. As for Austin Reeves, we saw a fantastic second half to the season. And in fact, I would go as far as to say that the Lakers would have actually not gotten swept and would have actually won game 4 if they had actually passed Austin Reeves the ball in the fourth quarter and allowed him to shoot some threes. But for some strange, bizarre reason, the Los Angeles Lakers kept thinking Dennis Schroeder is their three-point shooter. Look, I like Dennis Schroeder, but a three-point shooter he is not, especially in the fourth quarter of a game 4 where you're about to get swept. The ball should have been in Austin Reeves' hands. So the question is, will they be able to sign Austin Reeves? Or will Austin Reeves find some wacky team out there to give him a Jordan Poole style contract? You know, something that's north of $100 million, which might be sort of hard for this Los Angeles Lakers team to swallow. I think the most they can offer him in a short-term contract is $50 million over a couple years, which should be enough to get a Austin Reeves deal done. However, as a restricted free agent, he could certainly go on to the open market and, as I mentioned, end up with something significantly larger than that. So the Lakers would then, of course, have the opportunity to match that particular deal. So the Lakers have a lot to think about and a lot to consider. And there's a lot of, quite frankly, dead wood on this roster that they're going to end up ultimately parting ways with. Now, the hope is that this Los Angeles Lakers team, when next season starts, has the kind of roster that is a solid roster that could actually win a championship and not have to make a ton of wholesale deals at the All-Star break to make it happen. All right, that is it for the Los Angeles Lakers this year. As I mentioned, I think it's a team that ultimately overperformed, especially in the second half. I think LeBron James, while he's not, his 25-year-old self anymore, absolutely continued to cement his greatness in the National Basketball Association.